Hello YouTubers, it's the Tin Man here. Hopefully how I have the camera set up there, it's going to work out as like I'm standing right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give some direction on this in particular video and what's going on with the main subject. I'm going to have a little bit of a problem with, because the setup I have here, we got that pause symbol that comes up in the middle there, so I'm going to be keeping the subject. I'm going to try to get the subject over to this part of the screen so we have a clearer view, and I'll be able to just point out the features. But with this first section here, I just want us just to hear the little bit of words, because what I do when I'm out in the field is I'm not just doing the talking and such just for myself. I'm also doing it in such a way where, I'm kind of hoping the community will listen to my words and just go with my words and let those be the information that they're also learning, not just because they're using their eyes and they see a bunch of faces out there in the bush. Because the forest does have eyes, and what I've come to the conclusion with that is, for myself, is it's not so much meaning for us to focus on the understanding of the forest having eyes. It's more of us to focus on the understanding that there's millions of faces that are out there, and not all of them are real faces. Okay, so the forest helps protect the creatures that are kind to the forest. The forest helps protect them by putting out all these eyes, all these faces, all these other shadowed kind of looking things, and that's what helps protect them. So that's part of what you got to really use your mind and expand your mind a little bit and try to understand that you're in the forest with me in a different way. Like, I don't, many people maybe haven't been in the forest, or they're not going to the forest kind of with the understanding that I'm going with. And because I have this understanding, that's part of the thing that's allowed me to have the success that I've had in the last 6 weeks. Actually, yesterday was probably 6 weeks, or was it 5 weeks? Somewhere around there. That my success rate has just gone great. So I'm not trying to be a boasting type person. Am I proud of myself? I don't know. Of course I am. Why not, right? I mean, I don't do everything really good, and this seems to be pretty good, so I'm proud of it. And if you guys don't get that understanding, then maybe you're too judgmental on yourself. So, that's enough said there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a quick pause, and I'm going to grab myself a quick drink there, and I'll be right back giving us a lowdown on this. Alrighty, that was quick. This won't be a short video necessarily, and I don't know, I think there's good reason for it, but I will try to, carry it along as quick as this man knows how to. Okay, so let's just listen to what's going on here for a moment. So this is in the dirt. This is something behind it there. You start to just examine its surroundings and try to figure out if... I first said there that if you notice something dark, and then you start to look around the surroundings... There's my pointer. I got a pointer here. So if you notice something dark, and I happen to focus in on this, you'll be able to see that. And then I'm talking about the surroundings. So I'm going around with my camera and I'm looking at the surroundings. It's not just my eyes that need to do it, it's also the camera that needs to do it. So then when I get home, I have something good to be able to refer to. Mix this thing up, because sometimes that happens. Do you think that is a log or not? Like, I already think that is just a log. Like how close it is, but it's just... Okay, I'm questioning that this black mark here is a log. But what I want you to focus on is this right here, this object right here that is actually in line with this object here. That is actually probably connected all through in this line. Plus, I believe there might be something more with this creature here, some young ones. But this is our main focal point. All right? How you can focus in on this point is what you're going to do is I'm going to get it better for us, but you're going to be watching for a fern here, leaf, and another fern leaf here. And it gives a nice peace sign. If you look around, there's nothing else that really does quite as good as a peace sign. So this is going to be a nice peace sign, and it's a long one. And it's going to be, I'm just going to set it up a little bit better in the camera here now. So I'm going to turn down the volume of the instructions that I'm doing on that. Because now it's really just about, I was going to try to sit down and do this, but now it's really about just educating you guys on what I'm seeing. And in part why I'm doing this is because you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. And part of the reason for that is there are some people who are starting to focus in on it. It's because we're seeing something here that's way out of our anticipation understanding of what all the Sasquatch, what all the Bigfoot people are going to look like, sort of thing. You know, it could be something like that. I'm not too sure. But it's hard for people to recognize it. They don't want to commit. Here we go. There's quite a bit of a better shot there. So now what I've done is I've brought into view here. This is going to be some kind of the leg setup with this creature. When you watch on your video, you're going to see much better of that. Like, remember, you're on a camera here, you're watching this video, that is a video that's not even top quality because I live way out in the mountains. This is being air transferred to some station that's copying it again and putting it through the whole system, you know, whatever. So right here, you're going to see this object. You're going to be able to put it right here and make it really clear. That's the main object that you're going to be watching. I'm going to actually try to get it a little bit clearer here. Let's go. Part of the issue is I bring it so well into the center I'm still here. Just going to try popping ahead a little bit here and see if I get her in a different spot. I believe it's a male we're looking at. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to play it through then with the volume down. There we go. Because then you'll be able to see when it... And stick with me on this video. So right here is the head again. There's the legs. This is me just now, I guess, back at finding it. And I'm just focusing in on this black spot. And I'm realizing something's here. Here's a little bit of black that is connected. I believe it's the chin. Okay, this part right here is the shine on a nose, kind of like what we get from Jack's nose in certain light and stuff. There's a sheen on the nose, but that black thing is actually a snouted nose, and it's the end of the snouted nose. I'm going to just hit this volume here. And so then you have one of the leaves of the peace sign right there. Then you have the second leaf that is right there in the peace sign. What you have right here is you have right in front of the snout, or right behind the snout, is you have the two eyes right there. Then you have gray head right here before that other peace sign leaf. On the back of, I wish I could pause it so badly. On the back of the head here, this is the gray back of the head that you're seeing there. This right here on top is a hand. That is his hand. Those are fingers positioned just to look awkward, just to look different. But you look, in this moment is when he's changing quite of his appearance. And it's not a chameleon so much thing, other than all he's done is turned his head right now. He's turned up his snout. He's turned his head. And watch, this is, I believe, the part where he starts to raise his hand far above his head. But we're going to still be able to find out. Look, I still can see it from that distance. So people can't tell me they can't see it. Snout turned. Mouth is here. Head is tilted back. Fern is still in the same position. Head is tilted so you don't see necessarily the red. Also, there's a red ear right here, I believe. What I say to you is kind of bring in a baboon look while you're looking at this. Bring in a baboon look, not in a gorilla look. That's our mistake if we're going towards gorilla. I'm going to just hop ahead here. Get us back onto the subject. Okay, so now what I did when I came around to this side, this tree, see there's some trees here. What he did a very awkward kind of a turn. And I think what he's actually done is he's brought his head way down here. The professionals will be able to bring it out. But I believe he's brought his head way down there. That could be fingers once again or something. And I don't know what he's done to make this big blackness object. But I believe he's brought his head down. Maybe there's a youngster standing on his back. While you're looking at this, you can be looking at other figures if you want to. Like this one here. There's one somewhere around in here. And there's another one right in directly kind of behind him, which is a brownish color. Try to figure those things out if you like. I'm going to see if we come back to him one more time. We are coming back to him, I believe. So here he is. I went back and he brought... Ooh. Oh boy. I just will keep my thing back. But anyway, so here's his nose and mouth, chin, let's call it, eyes, hands. This is where he's going to do the separation, I think, now. Is where he's going to lift his hand up. And I'm going to give you a quick proof. So he's doing it right now. Why I do those wiggles. And he's going to do this. He's going to bring his hand and change the positioning of his hand way far above his head here. He's doing it right now. There's his hand. See, the little cone is still on that thing that used to be on his head. But now where's his head? He's turned around and he's tucked his head way down deep into here. And see, you can even see that would be a right hand and that would be his thumb. And then these other ones, what they did was they changed position more, maybe like a position like this instead of what they were doing. You know, get what I'm saying? So here's his leg still there, but his head is gone weird. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get a different visual on him, so I'm extending up my wand at the same time. But if you bring in like this stick and all these different things, I'm not able to change my positioning that well. Almost looks like something is more exposed here. But there he is. He's tucked right... Oh, now he's come back up. You see that? Now you can see how he's come back up. So, yeah, take that however you want. You know, so this brownness here seems like something. And then there's stuff all over the place. Kid you not, some of the people are starting to recognize things in here. I know the forest has a million faces. Many people are aware of that. I'm not just pointing at silly things. That thing there is some kind of a being that I believe that we might just not have much information on. And because of that, we're not processing a look. See, the pros would be able to from back here, because some of those qualities when I'm not zoomed in, they're going to be able to see it. And then plus I got more footage of it because I did a stop and start again. And then I also have it on other videos. So, and on all the other, on everything, it is always there, always is back. On my very last video, there he is. I believe he disappears, but here he is really well. This is when I was just... No, I passed over him. I didn't realize what I was seeing right at that moment. Where am I? 15, so... Anyways, yeah, I get excited with this one because this is I don't know. I look at what I see there and I thank God. I thank all the power of good for allowing me to come out of there and share my story. Not to say it's on the power of bad. I don't know that. That's part of why we have to make that, do this kind of research. This could be a little something. I don't know. I'm having a feeling that the babies are going to be smaller than the human babies, like weighing less than an average weight of, say, 8 pounds. So we'll soon find that one out, or eventually. But anyways, team on, and let's just try to figure out what we're looking at right in the middle there. Do you see that ear right there? You see that pink? Do you guys get to make that out on your thing? If you don't, this is done through my phone. Wi-Fi to this unit here, and then that thing Wi-Fi's to a station. So you can imagine how much better of a picture I get than you guys. It must be better. And but now you guys get a whole full view of what's going on there. I pointed that out enough times. There, you can look at that. You can look at that. I believe it is right there. And there's other stuff around. There's going to be ones that I'm not seeing, but not everything is going to necessarily be something. Not everything. Trust me, like that one right there. I highly doubt it. But look at how much he had to leave maybe his leggings into this picture because of how large he is. Yeah, I know I said the word leggings, but I don't mean like socks. It's just a word for big creature's legs. Anyways, I'm wondering if they're going to be much over 8 feet tall from what I'm seeing here. But I've yet to find this spot, but very soon is going to happen. Peace out from the Tin Man. Thank you for watching.